Good morning, folks. We've got some big Kentucky Derby prep races coming up this weekend, the Jeff Ruby and the Louisiana Derby. And then the following week, we go to Florida for the Florida Derby. And anyway, this is a rerun of the 2023 Florida Derby. And this is where Luis Saez is riding Mage. And after Mage ran a disappointing fourth place in the Fountain of Youth Stakes, he got Luis Saez on board for the Florida Derby here, and he almost wins. But anyway, yeah, I'll let the video do the talking here.
Forte tosses his head around, settles in. And they're off in the Curlin Florida Derby. It was an excellent beginning for Forte. He'll be able to duck over some from his outside draw. Meanwhile, West Coast Cowboy firing through at the inside to take the early lead. Fort Bragg got over quickly, and he's on to take over now. Fort Bragg from the 10 post to the rail and on top a length and a half. Mr. Peaks is now second with West Coast Cowboy in third. Young Frau between horses. Mr. Ripple is next. Cyclone Mischief is stacked 4 wide, 5 wide, WNL. And that's a length and a half to Il Maricolo. Irad Ortiz Jr. and Forte. They're toward the back of the field while 3 wide. Shaq Diesel is next, then Nautical Star, and Mage is last of all as they complete the opening quarter in 23-2. Down the backstretch they go. Jockey Joel Rosario and Fort Bragg on top by 2.5. Mr. Peaks is second. Mr. Ripple is third. West Coast Cowboy is down toward the inside. Working out in the center is Cyclone Mischief. Then it's Young Frau. Forte starting to get a bit closer now. He's about 6 lengths off the speed through a 46 3/2 mile. Strong fractions being put up by Fort Bragg. He heads into the far turn on top by 2. Mr. Peaks is second. Mr. Ripple is third. Up on the outside, it's Forte. He's starting to get to work now. He's about 8 lengths off this loose leader with 5/16 remaining. Fort Bragg tries to sneak away. He has the lead by 2.5. Mr. Ripple, he's now second. Cyclone Mischief moves up on the outside third. Forte's locked in as Mage begins to roll from the back. They race past the quarter-mile pole in the Florida Derby, and Mage got the jump on Forte as he goes to get Fort Bragg. Cyclone Mischief is fighting hard. He's still right there. Less than a quarter mile to come, and Cyclone Mischief, he's up for a fight and tries to turn away Mage. Forte better hurry up. Final 16th of a mile. Forte starts to gather in the top horses. Here comes Forte. This is going to be very close, but the champion prevails. Forte wins over Mage. Mage was second. Third, Cyclone Mischief. Then Mr. Ripple. Fort Bragg for the high 5. He gave you a scare, but he got it done. On to Louisville for Forte.
Well, Mage is also off to the Kentucky Derby. And as you may recall, Forte had some issues, and Mage ended up winning the Kentucky Derby. Anyway, the Florida Derby is coming up, and they don't know whether Dornock, Mage's brother, is going to run here or whether he's going to run in the Bluegrass. I'd love to see him run here, but I'm not making the call. In any case, there's one other thing I want to point out here. They talk about, there's been some talk about the slow time in the Fountain of Youth that Dornock won. And Dornock was a half a second slower than Forte was last year. So anyway, keep that in mind as you as we get closer to the Kentucky Derby, because don't underestimate Dornock. Anyway, this is Laughlin 007 signing off for now. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, by all means, tap the lucky gold horseshoe down there in the right-hand corner. Doesn't cost a dime. It only takes a second. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Good luck out there.